Today, Fire Emblem Warriors 3 Hopes has released, so that means in Fae, everyone gets their free Yuri. He was the winner of the A Special Hero Rises event, so make sure you log in and grab that free copy. I want to continue playing through 3 Hopes myself, but first we got a double special heroes banner for June. This is a chance to get some seasonal units before the reruns, and we'll briefly be going over all the units available. This time, our returning 4-star focus units are Hatari Zane and New Year's Lyre. They will share the 3% 4-star rate, so you may want to wait for their actual reruns if you just want one of them. Lyre and Zane are both colorless, so if you did want both of them, then pretty interesting banner for you. New Year's Lyre is a colorless beast cavalier with some high speed. Her Sparkling Fang adds even more attack and speed and basically comes with Flashing Blade 4, which is pretty great since Cavs can't run that skill. As a beast cav, Lyre is all about initiating when transformed, and she'll be another fun Sweet Smoke 4 user as well. For skills, Lyre has Cho Attack and Defense 2, which is technically rare but not exactly a priority grab. She also has Attack and Speed Catch 3, not 4. Main benefit of getting some extra copies of Lyre would be to use Attack and Speed Catch 3 as fodder to get the tier 4 from someone else with another passive skill. It's not super crazy on its own. As for Hatari Zane, he's an infantry healer with very high HP and some decent speed and resistance. He can use his high base HP to run other support skills like Sudden Panic, or he could run Infantry Pulse. Zane's main draw would be his Serpentine Staff Plus. This inheritable staff combines the Painful Staff with Fatal Smoke. It prevents healing in combat and applies deep wounds in an AoE after combat, plus it deals 7 splash damage as well. Very interesting staff, especially if you want to stack Savage Blow. Just gotta watch out for that new Unguard status though. Now Zane also has Dazzling Staff, but you can't grab the full tier 3 if you grab the Serpentine Staff. His other passive is Demon Solo 3, which is unusual, but it could be fun for your pure tanks. Zane has some very interesting fodder skills, and Lyre having Attack and Speed Catch 3 is also not too bad. If you're lucky, Colorless should give you a decent chance of getting a lot of these too. Let's now get to the 5 stars, starting with the absolutely bonkers red group. If you like archers, this group will catch your eye. First up is Ninja Shinon. He's a red infantry archer with some of the best offensive stats you can find. Shinon doesn't have a unique weapon, but he has the Ninja Yumi Plus, which we actually just talked about. It's the Ninja Brave Bow that grants up to +4 damage for outspeeding by 8 or more, and it doesn't inflict a speed penalty, so it's the better quadding weapon over the standard Brave Bow. While Summer Lincia has brought us a free-to-play pseudo Brave Bow in White Cat Bow Plus, Ninja Yumi is consistent and is still a really strong weapon. Now for passives, Shinon is also incredibly stacked. He has Attack Speed Solo 4 and Low Speed and Defense, which are amazing for any offensive build. He then has Deadeye, the archer specific special that nullifies damage reduction. Suffice to say, but even if you don't want to use Shinon with his amazing stats, he has Godly Fodder once again. Very valuable unit. Speaking of valuable, joining Shinon is Duo, Valentine's, Chrom, and Robin. Good lord, Chrom cut the line for red characters by a lot and is back after just 4 months. He is also a red infantry archer, but has super high attack and defense. Duo Chrom's bow accelerates specials, it has armor effectiveness, it gives free stats, a free follow-up attack, and when involved in a movement assist skill, Chrom gives himself and that ally -1 special cooldown. He can hand out cooldown once per turn for the first 4 turns, and that's just so powerful. He has to change fate, which lets him move again after repositioning an ally, and their dual skill grants the Grand Strategy status, which is basically Unity, plus Chrom inflicts debuffs on himself and allies so that Unity kicks in. If you got other Unity users, you can stack the effects with Grand Strategy. On top of this absurd kit, Chrom also has Deadeye, he brings Time's Pulse, and he is the sole owner of Close Salvo, the close counter skill with +5 attack. Duo Chrom's got a good chance to end up in the Hero Rises top 8 next year, and for good reason. This red group is insane with double Deadeye units and a plethora of really good skills. You literally cannot go wrong with either of these units. Next up is the blue group, starting with Winter Mirabilis, a blue flying dagger user. She has her Whimsical Dance, which gives +5 attack to her ally, and inflicts -5 attack on the nearest foe within 4 spaces. The attack debuff also spreads to other foes within 2 spaces after it hits someone. This is nice because Dream Flake inflicts -5 attack in combat on foes within 3 rows or 3 columns of Mirabilis if they have a penalty on them. So you buff an ally, or you dance an ally to buff them, you debuff enemies, and then you debuff them more in combat. Actually, with Speed Cantrip, you inflict speed debuffs as well after dancing, and Mirabilis is the only unit with this Dance to B skill if you want it. She has Ground Orders for extra team mobility and Bracing Stance 3. Very nice A skill for pure enemy phase tanks. Winter Mirabilis is interesting at mostly the same utility as her mythic form, but you can give this one any element for blessing. Her fodder skills are a bit odd together, but Brazen Stance and Ground Orders are solid. Joining Mirabilis is Nir's Regan, a blue mage cav. Regan has some decent attack and speed, but she's looking to abuse her Sather Shell special, which only adds 15 damage, but also adaptive damage. It also precharges itself on turn 1. Neithervalier Lots gives Regan a plus 6 attack and speed and Cont of 2. This makes her easier to use than a Fartrace Mage Cav, but only for the first 4 turns. However, on turn 4, Regan also gets -3 special cooldown, which is meant to recharge Sather Shell. So ideally you blow someone up within the first 3 turns, and no matter what, Regan will have another special ready on turn 4. To go with this new King playstyle, she has Swift Sparrow 3, and then Crossbow Attack is a support buff. Crossbows are still pretty new, but they are great for long range buffing. For example, when Harmonic Edelgard travels across the whole map, you can still give her an attack buff with Crossspur. Last group is green, and this is a pretty stacked group as well. We have Duo Nirs, Dagr, and Not, who are a green flying archer. They have amazing attack and speed, and their Jotner bow accelerates specials, inflicts -5 to all stats for debuffs, and then converts field buffs on them into more debuffs on the enemy. Lots of stat stacking for combat, and of course the Pathfinder sisters have Pathfinder. Unlike their mythic counterparts, you can bring Dual Dagr into any season you want, and Pathfinder can work its magic. To become even scarier, their dual skill grants +6 field buffs and Pathfinder to all allies within a really big area around them. The full +6 buffs are going to activate the Jotner bow for Dagr, but team-wide Pathfinder is so incredibly strong and just really dumb. You can nearly form a conga line for someone to travel along and make some absolutely stupid plays. In addition to these fun skills, they will bring Dagr's unique B skill, which inflicts -5 speed and defense on the foe and gives no follow-up 3. Ranged flyers can't run no follow-up abilities, so it's very nice for Dagr to have, and she can be a very scary initiator with all the debuff stacking going on. Actually, add more debuffs with attack and defense rain, which is a great C skill, and then the pair have attack and speed push 4. I would highly recommend keeping at least a copy of Duo Dagr and Not, but if you must sacrifice them, they have some decent fodder. Last unit is for the banner is Valentine's Lucina, joining her father. This Lucina is an X armor unit with high speed, and she's got some very interesting skills. Her Gerbera axe, Lucina gets a general stat boost with 40% damage reduction for 1 hit. If Lucina uses a movement assist or an ally uses one on her, she grants both of them a low type status, which neutralizes all enemy field buffs. This is still a pretty new status, but it is a very good perk. This Lucina will get future vision, so she can swap and move again. It's a lot harder to abuse with one movement, but extra movement is extra movement, and that's still good. Now, to complement her weapon and stats, Lucina introduced Savvy Fighter 3. This is an enemy phase only skill, but it grants no follow-up 3 and dodge for army units because they didn't already have enough B skills to abuse. The dodge effect has an easier speed check, but it caps at 30% damage reduction and only works for 1 hit. Still, the idea is that your speedy unit only gets hit 1 time anyway, and Lucina will stack damage reduction against that 1 hit. Now, since it's an enemy phase skill, Lucina does have attack and defense near save. Great save skill even if it's not a speed variant, because Lucina also has Casual Stance 3. If you sacrifice Yen Fei, you can get Casual Stance 3 and either Savvy Fighter or near save for another army unit. Fantastic fodder value, and attack and defense near save can go on anyone, not just the fast armors. Overall, green probably would have been the best color, but double Deadeye archers with all those amazing skills, plus one of them being Duo Chrom is just too much. That is some insane temptation, even among the ridiculous summer banner we just got. If you still have orbs, somehow, we are getting a legendary hero later this month. Reminder, back-to-back legendaries. After that, we also have the second summer banner. I mean, I cannot see it topping the first one, but you never know. If you're a Chrom fan, CYL is actually almost here too, so good luck if you're saving orbs. If you're a Three Houses fan, I really feel like they're going to toss the Three Hopes banner right before CYL. They did it with Three Houses when it first came out, and I can see it happening again. I'm going to wrap this video up here. I'm going to get back to Three Hopes, but thank you for watching. See you guys in the next video.